don't expect the same energy from everybody. It saves you money, it saves you embarrassment. Different ideas will be coming. You have to know that you and your partner decide what you want for yourself and you're in control. So don't feel bad about not doing what someone says, because if you say you want to do what people are saying during your wedding, you would not be happy. The event will not be memorable and eventful for you. If you speak demeaning words to your partner in the process of planning for your wedding, the wedding would come and go, and those words will still be there. Your wedding is only important to you and your wedding planner, if you have any. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch my content. And today I'll be sharing with you 15 things you need to know before you plan your wedding. And trust me, if you are planning your wedding already, all this info would be so useful to you if you are engaged or in the process of planning your wedding. You should watch till the end. And without further ado, let us just dive straight into action. And the first point I have here is weddings are expensive. Like, damn girl, weddings are so expensive. Weddings are not cheap. You cannot have 300,000 you say I want to do wedding. Weddings are expensive, and you have to be prepared for that. Even though you do not want to spend too much money, even though you want to work on a budget, at the back of your mind, let there be a reminder that weddings are expensive, because at a point you may keep spending money, and be like, I keep spending. You would actually get to that phase of your life when you are getting married. A friend was complaining to me, I think that was 3 weeks ago, that he has been spending money consistently as the wedding was drawing closer. So that is how it is. Weddings are expensive, so please prepare your mind for the expenses and make sure you are good to go and you're actually financially ready. Let's move to the next point. And the next point is your wedding is only important to you and your wedding planner, if you have any. Now, when I was planning my wedding, I felt everyone should feel the same way I'm feeling. Everyone should be happy. Like when I say wedding, they should be jumping up like this, like, oh, wedding is here. But I was not getting that vibe from everybody, and it kind of, I felt bad. Like, is it because I'm a bad person? But honey, you're not a bad person. But people are going through different phases of their life that they are not even sharing what they are going through with you. And because of what they are going through, they may not be able to express how they really feel. Or number two, they may actually feel happy, but they cannot just jump up. They don't know how to do it. So don't take it personal if you're telling a friend that, oh, I'm getting married, and the person is just like, congrats. And you're like, just congrats. It's congrats now. So don't expect the same energy from everybody. The only person you should expect a positive energy from is your event planner. Like, we are in this boat together, like we are getting married together. If you have any, apart from the event planner, people are going through a lot, and you may not even be aware of what they are going through, and they are still expecting too much from them. So just understand that they may not be as happy as you are, or they are struggling with something that you are not aware of, and handle each of your friends as they present themselves to you. I hope you understand. So if they present themselves like, oh, I'm available to help you, handle them that way. If they present themselves like, congrats, handle it that way. No hard feelings, just shake it off and move on. I hope that makes sense. The next point is people are willing to help you out if you ask for help. So I made a mistake at the early stage of planning my wedding. I wanted to do everything by myself. I want to look for this, I want to look for that. But I just said, let me just try and tell my friend, please, can you do this for me? And they were willing to help. So when I knew people were willing to help, if I asked them, I did not want to keep myself with stress, so I delegated tasks for my friends. And when I mean people are willing to help, I'm talking about they are willing to sacrifice their time or something just to help you out, because they know you are planning a wedding. So please feel free to ask for people. In fact, to the extent of my wedding dress style, my dress, I was sending to people, please, can you help me look for style for this? Can you help me look for this? Things that are minute. And that was because it made me feel better. It made me feel supported. I did not feel like I was in the boat alone. Because if you choose not to ask for help, someone like me, I would not want to meddle to your affair and ask you for something that is none of my business. But if you ask me, I'll be willing to help out. I am not talking about money, I'm not talking about finance. If you can delegate duty for your friends, they are willing to help you out and sacrifice for you. I hope that makes sense. Another thing you need to know before planning for your wedding is compromise is key. Everything will not be what you want. For instance, you may want a particular event hall and your husband to be wants another hall entirely. So you have to compromise. Fine, you are the bride and bride has a way most times for the wedding, but trust me, your mom would come. Oh, can you do this? Somebody else will come. Can you do this? But the compromise I'm talking about is between you and your partner. So you agree on what you want. At times you may have to agree with your partner because you just have to agree with him. You cannot have your way all the time. Everything cannot just go your way. So learn to compromise. You have to learn to compromise if you are planning for your wedding. Understand and accept that everything would not go your way. And compromise is key for the sake of your relationship and for your upcoming marriage. I hope that makes sense. Yes, it does. So the next point is not everything would go as planned. And when this thing happens, don't get sad. For instance, on my wedding day, I planned that I wanted to feed my friend in the morning before church. When we come back from church, they would eat before we go to engagement. That was like, I had that in mind. So when we came back from church, it was time, we were ahead of time. I'm like, okay, let's just go and eat the food when we get to the engagement before they start serving the general food. Let them eat something, because when we got to the hotel, we were rushing. So the food was ready, but we've not shared it. Unfortunately, when we got to the engagement, someone opened the boot and all the food poured away. I felt like, because I used to say, I don't like the fact that people don't feed their friends before they start wedding. Most times they will say they did not eat till 4 o'clock and all that. I used to hear that, and I'm like, okay, for my wedding, I'll make sure I feed them, blah 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 blah. So we left hotel very early. I think we left 7 because the wedding was 8 in church. But by the time we got to church, there was a delay. They were doing another program and they had to postpone our wedding till I think 9:30. So before we could leave church, after church we took pictures, it was 11:30 up to 12. And engagement was meant to start by 12, and we still had to prepare. So we could not serve people food when we got back to the hotel to change. So I'm like, okay, let's just take it to the reception and to the engagement, and everyone would eat there. Unfortunately, the food poured away, and I had to explain to them, guys, I'm sorry, your food poured away. I'll tell someone to arrange food for you soon. I'm sorry, and I just moved on because even my own food was part of that food. So I had to move on and tell someone to please help me tell them that Yahoo needs food before they call me here. I don't want to be dancing with empty stomach. So I had to tell them to get me food and prepare food for my friends too. But I was not happy because the food actually fell down. I had this plan deep down, like, I'll make sure they eat, but it did not go as I planned. Did that one disturb me from dancing? No, I danced, I enjoyed myself. Immediately something happened, shift your mind away from it and focus on the day. Everything will not go as planned. Even if you plan, some things will just naturally be stubborn and not work as planned. Let's go to the next point. Another thing I wanted to know is the day would go so fast. I mean, it was just as if I woke up, oh my god, it's my wedding day. And before I knew it, it was 5 p.m. They were removing the decor. Wedding has finished. People are going no. I'm like, what? Wedding is over. But there's something I did. I made sure I enjoyed all the moments. You have to soak yourself. Like, everything is still fresh on my head and I'm kind of having goosebumps. The day would go very fast. I have the things that I said I would do. I make sure I take pictures. Like, when I told you we came back from church late, even though the church service was not long, I think it was around 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour 15 minutes, but there was an alteration in our service time, so it affected the program. So we came back to the hotel late to dress up. People were calling, where are you? Myself and my husband made sure we took our pictures, popping pictures, because they were important. So I soaked myself in the things that were important. You see, the things that were not working, I don't even think about them. I made sure I enjoyed all the things that are important, and I soaked myself in it, made sure I had fun. And I've always looked forward for my engagement, my traditional wedding. I have always looked forward for it. Sorry, looked forward to it. I've always looked forward to my traditional wedding. I had written the list of what I wanted the allocate to do for her. These are important. Make sure you do them. And for that engagement, we had fun. For the church wedding, they did the normal thing they were supposed to do. For the reception, they did the normal thing that they were supposed to do. I made sure I enjoyed all the moments, and before you knew it, pim pim. As by 5, my ass was like clear, like By the time the decor, because we finished our wedding early, I think we finished 4:30. Yeah, we finished quite early. So decided engagement around 12:30. Engagement was 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours was for engagement. Then our reception was around 1.5 hours to 2 hours. It wasn't up to 2 hours, 1.5 hours. And the wedding was over by 4:30. We were done with the wedding. Yeah. So I'm like, they were removing the decoration and all that. I'm like, wow, wedding is over. So it moves so fast. They move so fast. So enjoy yourself. Soak yourself in the moment, because that day is your day, and once it is gone, you are left with memories and pictures, like just like the wall frame I'm looking at. Another thing you have to know is the most important thing is you and your partner. You are important, your partner is important. So because you are having issues with maybe family agreeing to something, don't talk down on your partner like, hey, this. No. Your partner is important than the wedding. Yeah, you have to have that at the back of your mind, because issues will arise. There are things that would make you want to misbehave, but you just have to know that my partner is important than they all. My partner is important than everything. I'm important, and my partner is important. So if you speak demeaning words to your partner in the process of planning for your wedding, the wedding would come and go, and those words will still be there. So you have to be very careful in the way you are handling your wedding prayer. I hope that makes sense. Another important factor you should know before planning your wedding is take counseling serious. A lot of brides, they focus on the decoration, they focus on the oil, they focus on all those things, but they feel counseling is not important. Counseling showed me another perspective of marriage. Like, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but the most important thing I'm grateful for after my wedding was I took counseling serious, and it has helped me during the course of marriage. Please take counseling serious. If you can budget 3 million for your wedding, you should be able to budget 100,000 to see a good counselor to walk you through the journey. These people are certified. These people will teach you marriage in the God's way. What is God's view about marriage? How should you do marriage in the right way? Like, I think we had about 6 or 7 sections for our counseling, and they are still fresh on my head. I can tell you a lot of things word for word. They are in my heart, they are in my mind, and it has really helped me. Please take counseling serious. Have a budget for counseling. I had a budget for counseling during my wedding, but fortunately for us, the counseling system of my church is very strong. Like, by the time we were done for the counseling, like I did not need to pay anyone again for counseling. But if we did not get value, we had planned to pay a certified counselor. So please take counseling serious. Have a budget for counseling. Speak with your spouse and agree on counseling. Don't skip counseling. Do not skip counseling. Counseling helps you prepare for marriage, and do not be carried away with all you see on social media. I want my wedding to be on Bella Nigeria. I want my wedding to be on Ashwebi. A lot of them are going through a lot in their marriage, and you cannot see it. You can only see the glamorous wedding. So please, don't be carried away. Take counseling serious. God is our combined strength in Jesus. Another thing you have to know before planning your wedding is you have to stick to your budget. Like, the temptation is always high about you buying something above your budget. Like, at a point, I was telling myself, why would I budget this for this when I can pay double the price? Like, I was being tempted, but it took discipline. It took, like, I was so disciplined, like, no, this is my budget, and I'm not shaking from this budget. Learn how to stick with your budget. You'll be tempted, or maybe it was just me. I was really tempted to increase my budget. Like, you can. Yes, baby, you can. So it was really a big struggle for me to stick with my budget, but it is important. Stick with your budget. Another thing you should know before planning your wedding is weddings are stressful. Weddings are very stressful. However, I'll make a video on how to reduce your stress during your wedding. I actually got some hacks that helped me reduce my stress. But weddings are stressful, and that is on period. So prepare your mind. Like, at a point, I could not wait for that phase of my life to be over. Like, let me just get married. Like, December can just come. Let me just get married. I'm tired. And that was even still because I learned how to manage my stress. Weddings will stress you mentally, physically, emotionally, you would go through a lot of dramas, like when it's stressful. Prepare your mind. I want to know is event planners are worth it. I've seen a lot of people argue that, oh, event planners are not worth it. Why do I need an event planner? And to get an event planner, you don't have to spend the whole month. Like, you don't have to add 500,000, 300,000. There are big event planners that would charge you high, but you can still see someone affordable. For my event, I used my friend. He did my decoration and he planned my event. So we were able to come to an agreement. I had to beg him, please, how much can you do for your girl? And he charged me a little amount of money to support my wedding too, because he told me that is the support I want to give you for your wedding. Pay this amount instead of this amount. And it really, really relieved me of the stress. I wasn't thinking of color of the day. There are some things you won't be thinking about if you have an event planner. Okay, so when I went to choose the clothes for my friends, we went through the process together. At least I knew someone was here that I can be sending pictures to. What do you think about this? Okay, this is great. Because he has been attending weddings from time to time. He knew what was in vogue. He knew the right thing to choose. So you won't go and buy something and they'll tell you, this thing does not make sense. So you understand? So event planners are worth it. It saves you money. Yeah, it saves you money. It saves you embarrassment. Trust me, you don't want to make some irrational decisions and at the end you say that, my decision was wrong. You are going too much to meet a friend you did not pay. You feel like, I hope I'm not disturbing this my friend, I hope this, that. But event planner, like, his or her door is always opened anytime, any day for you. Another thing I want you to know before you plan your wedding is you are in control. During wedding plans, a lot of people would be saying different things. Your auntie would be giving you advice, your friend would be giving you advice, your sister, your mom. Someone will say, why do you want to buy a dress of 50,000? It's too cheap. Someone will say, it's too expensive. Somebody will say, why are you even sewing it? Go and buy it in a Dumota market. Someone will say, why not sew your wedding dress? Someone will say, why not buy from Jumia? Why not buy from Alibaba? Different ideas will be coming. You have to know that you and your partner decide what you want for yourself and you are in control. So don't feel bad about not doing what someone says, because if you say you want to do what people are saying during your wedding, you would not be happy. The event will not be memorable and eventful for you because you are thinking about those people instead of thinking about yourself. So you are in control, girl. Think about yourself. As far as you are happy, as far as your partner is happy with your decisions and you both are fine, every other person would be okay. And I'm not saying go against your family. I'm just saying your personal choice, like your dress, your husband's attire, like someone trying to choose your husband's outfit on your wedding. Like, does that make sense? No. So you have to know that you are in control and you have to do what makes you happy, and you cannot make use of all the advice you get. And some advice would be useful. When you get the useful ones, use them. The ones that are not useful, feel free to ditch them. Yeah. Feel free. You're welcome. I didn't want to say thank you, but you're welcome, man. The next point is retest your outfit a week before your wedding. This has happened to a couple of people and I read it online. The bride tried to wear her traditional attire on the wedding day, and she had added weight and the clothes did not fit in. Imagine running etta skirt on your wedding day. You don't want that to happen to you. Make sure you test your outfit a week to the day. Make sure your husband tests his outfit a week to the day, because the way weddings are stressful. You may be losing weight and gaining weight in the process. You understand? So you may actually even wear the clothes and it is a bit loose than your normal size, so you may have to amend it. And it is better you amend that a week too, not on the day of your wedding, or perhaps you are unable to get a tailor and the dress is not looking like my mommy dash me or my sister dash me. You don't want that. The next thing you should know before planning your wedding is allocate responsibilities. Yeah. You cannot do everything by yourself. You should have trusted friends. Like, for instance, during my wedding, the hotel I lodged into, I told a friend of mine that you are responsible to pack everything that is here. As I'm using them, pack them. So I was not even thinking about my towel. I allocated someone to pack, and I trusted. She was a very trusted friend. I trust her to do it, and I trust her that I knew she was organized. She loved to pack things. That's one of the things she loves to do. Like, she was very organized. So immediately you are dropping it, she's fast enough to pack it for you. So I allocated some. Allocate people to do responsibilities for you. Let this person do this. this person do this. Let someone be in charge of your friend's food. When my people come, serve them. So you are not thinking about the things you are not meant to think about on your wedding. Allocate responsibilities. Another point is have a backup plan. So for everything you do, have a backup plan. Have something handy. If things do not go as planned, what can you do to back it up? You could be taking an extra camera. You could be going with extra makeup kits. Have a backup plan for the things you have organized. If plan A did not go as planned, what will you do? Will you be stranded, or what can you do? So have a backup plan for things that are important to you. Make sure there's something you can use in place of something in case plan A did not work as planned. I hope you got value in this video. I trust you got value and I give you value. So please thumbs up, give this video a thumbs up, like this video, share with brides to be that needs this content. Subscribe to my channel. Feel free, you are home. So subscribe, come on. Subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.